Hello and welcome. You're listening to the Dungeon Speak podcast. My name is Todd, and I'll be the DM of this little adventure. Now, please say hello to the little players.
Hello, my name is Darren, and I play Seltra, the Drow Artificer.
My name is Steve, and I'm playing Karis, the Dragonborn Druid.
My name is Brittany, and I will be playing Laurel, the half-elf paladin.
Hello, my name is Becca, and I'll be playing Mavari, the tiefling sorcerer.
Hi, I'm Miranda, and I play Niskita, the Tiefling Rogue Warlock.
Hello, I am James, and I am the Great Sage Tyranny.
No, you're playing the Great Sage. You're James.
I am the Great Sage Tyranny.
He has now embodied it. Also, I realized after I said it, I said my little players, and oops, I didn't mean that everybody's little. Actually, I don't know how that came out, but it's fine.
I didn't even notice you said that.
Yeah, I didn't even notice it either.
Ah, gotcha. So I have to admit that sometimes I wake up at 4 a.m. on bouts of preparation, and like most DMs, I prepare half or like a whole bunch of stuff, and then you do half. Like, that's just how it is as a DM. And it sucks, but it's something you either reuse later in the future or you just scrap it all together. And like, I have probably spent about 13 hours or so preparing the house that you're in currently. But I am so excited about what's going on here because there's so many mechanics going on in this house that I've actually pulled from 4 different books, which is super duper fun. But that's because you've, like, at the moment your characters have crossed into Avernus, which is a whole nother book. And the extent of how much you've crossed in there, you might or might not explore. But it's really fun to think of all these things that you're gonna do in a game and get it all prepared, and you're sitting here like, it's gonna be fun. I'm so excited. It's gonna be great. But after I do all of this, what do I do before I play with you guys? I turn on the PlayStation, play Call of Duty, and shoot people in the head. I try to shoot people in the head. And I die several times in the process, but it's fine. Eventually it happens. But what I like to do after doing all this shit is just to relax and, like, whether it's after doing something like this or after work, just mindless, just fucking pushing a button and then you're done. That's why I like Diablo 4. I'll play like a little whirlwind barbarian on there where you just hold down the little button and spin around the map, killing people, and you're like, yay, look at all the destruction I'm causing with the button. This is nice. But aside from me trying to kill people with one button, I was kind of wondering, what do other people do when your mind is racked with anxiousness and stress from work? What do y'all do to kick back, relax, put up your feet?
You know, it's kind of funny. I don't really get to do that too often. Believe it or not, I think it is actually working on D&D. The notes for the home campaign that I run, work on my other small art projects that I'm doing. I used to play a lot of Tycoon, like Zoo Tycoon.
Ooh, that was fun.
City Skylines, stuff like that. I just really love Tycoon games. So it's just super cathartic for, like, after work to be able to just sort of sit down and just work on a city or a zoo or a town for, like, you know, a couple hours and just veg out. So yeah, I actually miss it a whole lot. I'm trying to work on getting a tower so I can do it again because this poor little laptop can't run anything. But that's what I used to do to chill and relax, or just play Tycoon games. Doesn't matter what.
All right. What about you, Darren? What do you do?
Mostly what I do to try and relax is I will either draw or write, but if I just need to zone out, I'll probably play like Legend of Zelda or some other video game, like Breath of the Wild, because it's really fun to just run around and honestly do a lot of nothing in that game because it's such a big and open area that you could just get lost running around, getting struck by lightning because you forgot to take off all your metal equipment. Happens a lot. Happens more often than you'd like. the frantic panic of desperately trying to find out what it is that you have on you that's made of metal before you get struck by lightning. It's very soothing.
So most of us are leaning towards video games, I think.
Yeah,
'Cause-
I like video games.
James, you play Warframe a lot still, don't you?
I normally would because that is one of my most favorite games, but excuse me. Here lately, my Xbox self-imploded, so I'm playing a lot of different games on my Steam account.
And we can finally hear that dog you talked about.
Oh, damn it. I'll go grab the darts.
Oh, no, you're good. I just thought it was funny. The beast is in the background.
It is a very large German Shepherd, and she's very territorial.
It's news that someone else plays Warframe. I have about 2,000 hours on that game. Let me check.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I'm
1,800
right
hours.
there. I'm probably gonna add it minimum 1,000. I've been playing it for like 7 years.
I tried it, couldn't get into it. I love
It
the
does
look
have
of
it has a bit of a curve.
It has a huge learning curve, but they've
Yeah.
gotten better at it.
Oh yeah. I try to think about how stuff works. Like earlier I was asking about how like there's this really weird symbol in a game that to me look like it invokes a feeling of sinisterness. Like I look at the thing and I think, okay, that can't be good. I'm trying to figure out why it can't be good. So that's why I asked a bunch of artist friends. Thank you, Brittany.
No problem.
And I saw this meme on Instagram a while back where it was like, I was watching my boyfriend play video games, and there is a tab of onions just sitting on his computer. And I don't know why. And I showed that to my girlfriend. She's like, "Yeah, that's you," like down to the point. So just looking up random things and figuring out how shit works.
So the onion was sitting there because he was trying to figure it out, or what?
Like it was completely unrelated to whatever he was doing. He was just looking up something about onions.
Or was it onion related to something else?
It's hard to say. There's a lot of layers there.
Haha.
Becca, I'm assuming you relax in the blood of your enemies. Warm bath after work.
Yeah. Essentially.
Keep
Warm
back with
bath,
the book.
fresh from the tap.
Actually, generally after work, I have a group of friends that I play a lot of games with, and even if we're not playing the same game, we'll all sit in like an Xbox party and just BS, and that's my way of relaxing, is just hanging out with them.
Wonderful.
Yeah, that just is fun. I don't know. There's something about getting on the. For me, it's PlayStation because I have taste. But sitting there talking to your friends, playing a BS game, like it doesn't matter what you're playing.
Yeah,
Wow.
our go-to right now is Overwatch 2, but we like playing a version of it called Mayhem, where everything's just jacked up worse, and it's very chaotic and very fun.
I have not tried Overwatch 2.
Oh, I found out today Overwatch 2, like the Assault game mode is still in there. It's just in the arcade. I was so happy.
I barely played Overwatch 1 because I got bored really quick.
I only play with friends. I don't play by myself. I
Yeah,
just
that was
finished
the
the battle
problem.
pass.
I didn't have enough friends to play with it, so I kept getting grouped with random people that I did not like it. And I realized that this game is only fun if you're fine with playing with random people or if you're playing with your friends.
I met, I think, all of my friends that I play with now through Overwatch 1.
Yeah, I got super bored.
That's one of the things about video games these days that is pretty awesome. Is it's easy to meet people. One of my friends, he plays World of Warcraft, and he was like, "I've been playing it for 3 years, and I can't find anybody to be friends with." And I was like, "Well, the problem might be you. Like, there's millions of people on there. If you can't meet one person, that's a you problem."
I would
you.
be inclined to agree. Although, like, me playing a lot of online games, like, oh, it's definitely a me problem because I go out of my way to not talk to people. So, like, I don't like reading random people online. I grew up in the era of don't talk to strangers on the internet, so I still don't talk to strangers on the internet.
But they have the
Yeah.
best candy.
I mean, that's true. But one time I accepted some candy and then I woke up in a bath of ice. It was
Oh.
really awkward.
It was one time, I swear. It's the only time.
I still see things a little tinted in yellow from time to time. But no clue what that's about.
Don't worry, they've upgraded the medicines here lately, so you're good. Those mistakes don't happen anymore. I will talk to people online and they dislike me. Because I actually still play World of Warcraft and I'll hop at a party and they have an open mic thing there. So I'll be like, hey guys, how's it going? And people are like, shut the fuck up. And I'm like, all right. You're nice. Your mom says hi.
Yeah, I don't like playing online because like I just have like bad social anxiety. But second, like people are just really freaking mean for no reason. I'm like, well, then what the hell? Why did it? Yeah. Why even have this invite people if you're just gonna be so dang nasty? Fine.
He doesn't know what he's doing. Yo, kick this dude.
Exactly. Screw you and the horse you rode in on, I suppose.
So we talked about this a long time ago about people being mean on the internet, and we boiled it down to mostly being anonymity, to where you could be mean, nobody knows who you are.
Yeah, no, most definitely, it's definitely anonymity. Because I even tell Darren social media, like that dumpster fire of a social media site, Twitter. I'm like, these people they can't exist, and what I mean by that is that I have never seen people act like this on the street. These people don't actually exist. There's no way that these people are just as mean and nasty because they can't exist. They're imaginary people.
There's a quote out there that says, give someone a mask and they'll show you their true face.
Exactly.
The funniest part about that is I actually, we used to do RPs online and stuff. And I know that some of the people that I would RP with would think that I was trying to be sarcastic or rude. But I'm like, no, sincerely, I'm asking you these questions. I'm a lot nicer online than I am in real life. Because it's very hard to actually understand, through text, it's a lot harder to understand what somebody's trying to say. Because all you see is the words. So I try to be very clear in what I'm saying when I type it out, because I know that there is no nuance or inflection in a block of text.
Yeah, they're starting to become now, because you have the ... that kind of comes after stuff, which can mean, I guess, a few things depending on the interpretation.
It can literally mean anything.
Yeah.
Good to see you again. ...
Yeah, exactly. That wouldn't exactly tell me that they're actually happy to see me again. I'm like,
oh boy, it's you ...
So I am nicer to people online, but that's because I know I only have to do it once. Because if you're nice to somebody you see, then they're gonna be like, oh, that guy's a nice guy. I can go back to him if I need to. No. This is a one-time thing. Go fuck yourself.
No.
But when you're online, you can be like, oh, hey, this is how you do this. I can take you there. I can give you this. I can help you out, blah, blah. And then you're just like, bye. And then you just get off the fucking game. It's great. But if you try to do that, in person, where they're like, hey, where's the bathroom? Oh, it's over here. And then they stand there for a second. They're like, well, could you? And you're just like, goodbye. And you just turn around and walk away. They're like, what the fuck? And I've heard that, so it's true.
See, I can see that. I'm nice. I'm just nice in general.
Yes,
Mainly because if somebody does say that I encounter a person, I'm nice to that person, because if for whatever reason something happens earlier on and they genuinely need help, I don't want them to think that I can't go back to that bitch. She's told me to screw off, and all I was doing was just just asking where the bathroom was. And I'm just kind of too polite to tell people okay, this conversation's over.
I want to get a shirt that on the back of it says Todd has left the conversation.
I just don't care what people think about me. So I am who I am in real life. I am the same way I am on the internet.
Not really having to think what people think about me. It's just more well, first of all, I can't really ever think of much of a reason to just be mean to someone who's out of the gate anyway. I mean, other than
I can. But I mean.
I can't really think of especially if they ask me such a benign question do you keep I don't know, can give me directions to the freaking McDonald's or I don't know.
Well, that's what Google's for.
I was gonna say, in the age of Google, why are they asking you that?
I don't
Fuck
know.
that shit. They're trying to kidnap you. Turn and run.
I mean, I haven't had that. Oh, you know what? We did do a at the
I got
rodeo. We
kidnapped
did do
once.
like an act of kindness thing, and that really did. I won't lie, that one did kind of test my patience because if you think people get really, you see the ugly side of people like in retail when it comes to their money. Wait until you start passing out free stuff.
Back to the
Ugh.
McDonald's direction thing. If someone were to
Oh my
ask
God.
me for directions to
We're so off
McDonald's,
topic.
I would be like, "Oh, listen, I have a bad sense of direction. You're better off trying to find a map.
Well, exactly. I mean, like
All
at
you're
least
better
Better off guessing.
at least you're honest as opposed to being like south, and then they just ride for forever. I mean, they will eventually hit a
But
McDonald's.
that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're just yourself and honest, most people will just be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like if I don't know, then I'm just gonna say, well, I don't know, but. You know, I'm not gonna freaking go out of my way to. If I have to look up on Google to tell you where the McDonald's is, then I'll be like, bruh, come on.
You could have done it too.
Yeah, I'll like, bruh, come on. But like, you know, if they're just like an out of towner and like I literally know where the McDonald's is, then I'll just be like, yeah, just turn right here, go 2 lights down. Like you'll see the golden arches. Like there's no way you could miss it unless you just don't know what a McDonald's looks like, which that's a possibility.
Bet me. I have a legendary sense of bad direction.
It's true.
Does it rival the likes of Zoro? Because Zoro's got bad direction. If anybody reads One Piece, Zoro gets lost leaving the house, out the door. He don't know where he
I
is.
will naturally, with a direct sense of amazing direction, go the exact opposite way that I'm supposed to go, whether I've been there once or 50 million times. And
It is like Zoro.
so it's truly terrifying considering my actual job is a bridge inspector.
Oh god.
I don't remember him saying that.
So
I
I,
mean-
actually have to find important places.
No, Brittany. Are you ready?
What?
He's a bridge inspector in our town.
I mean, there's only so many bridges here.
The end is nigh.
There's 365 bridges in my county.
Are you serious?
I shit you not.
Are you? Is that true? What the
It's
fuck?
very true.
I really
It's
got to get up
literally my
often.
job. I know this.
That's fair.
I would hope so. I would hope you know. I'd be a little upset if you didn't. Like, I
That's
don't know
a
how many
lot-
bridges
no,
are in the
fuck,
county.
That's
Like,
a lot
bro,
of bridges. I don't
There's
know.
at
a
least
lot of
Fuck that.
bridges. Well, I guess
Yeah.
you're not just counting like the highway bridges or anything like that. That'd be absurd.
No.
You're counting like everything that constitutes as a bridge.
Yes.
That's insane. I didn't realize we even had that many bridges.
Does it count hiking trails?
Oh.
No.
Okay, well, I'm only at like 30, so I got nothing. I also hate driving. I don't want to sound bougie, but if I had a chauffeur, that'd be great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same here. I can't even. I'm not even managed side. I'd be the exact same way. I would. Oh god.
I'm also a terrible backseat driver, though, so it's a pickle.
Oh no, I don't care as long as like I don't feel like I'm going to die at any moment while you're driving. Some
Oh, no,
people
I'm terrible.
I can't get in a car with anymore because I'm like, well, I saw my life flash before my eyes and man, am I boring.
Oh, that was like a long.
Documentary.
Oh, God.
oh no. I don't know what kind of life you led, man, buddy, but
All right. So before James kills us with his bridge inspections, I want to try to do it with D&D spells. So we will see you guys. Un momento.
These events were so trivial, large parties where the nobles just drank and mingled, where they spent their entire night trying to deceive others, or the grandstand they displayed. It made me sick to my stomach. They danced, they laughed, they pretend that everything was perfect. Such peaceful lives they all must live. I would have preferred not to be here. The music was loud as it echoed in this grand hall. The High Chancellor Silvershield wasted no money on this event. A coming-of-age ceremony for his son, Artos Silvershield. I was tasked to watch Artos. This was his first time in society. I was to learn about his habits and tics. I also did a poor job at this. I just watched the young centaur from a distance, watched him as he mingled with other nobles of my age group. Never got close enough to speak to him. I did, however, feel myself getting distracted from watching Artos, my eyes drifting over to another noble, Prince Waylon. A bit of joy in my life. Whenever he was around, or whenever he came to the castle, it allowed me a bit of freedom. I just spend that time entertaining the prince. I was tasked to get closer to him, be his friend. Father saw him as a leverage to gain more power. I had understood that I started to feel a bit of jealousy, watching him dance and mingle with the other nobles. He had a bit of charm about him, or was it that he was a prince that drew everyone towards him? I did not know. He was handsome, had bright blue eyes that glowed, and curly black hair that whisked around like smoke. His skin was gray, and he was tall. I understood the appeal to him. I stared as he danced with Camilla Chambers, the daughter of the High Steward. As they danced around, our eyes locked from across the room and stayed there the whole time. When the song finished, I smiled at him and gave him a courteous bow. I set my eyes back on young Artos, who was speaking to a lower noble, someone trying to climb the ranks, no doubt. It was a miracle. They were even invited, I'm sure. I began to move closer to Artos when a strong hand grabbed mine. I spun around quickly in a panic to see Prince Waylon tower over me.
Here for a dance, Lady Mavari.
Yes. I thought you would never ask.
There is so much there about Mavari that I'm looking forward to exploring it, even after we stop doing these things at the beginning. It's gonna be a delight.
Mavari be crushing.
Dude, for real. So, man, I feel like Mavari is gonna come up here in a minute. But for now, let's talk about what happened last time on the Dungeon Speak podcast. You guys went for a little bit of a walk through the forest. You fought some demons. There was 4 of them, plus a couple that were waiting for you. There was the juiced up guy demon and a acid tripping woman demon in full plate armor. She was wearing splendent armor. She looked like she was somebody. It was very nice, dressy armor. It covered all of her, including her horns. The guy, he was wearing a mask, a very large mask, and it seemed like it was part of his face and covering his horns, and it looked like his skin was melding into this demonic skin. Like he was part humanoid, part demon. And I had mentioned that he actually had a vials on him of black liquid, and he had a double-edged sword that was fire on either side, or was on fire on either side. It was very interesting. I showed y'all a picture of it. It was like a rock handle in the middle, and then just like a heated rocks on the outside of it with fire coming off of it. And he also could hurl flame. So that's fun. He has a bit of a fire thing going on, while she has like kind of an acid theme going on. And then they had these 4 demon minions with them that were flying, and they knew, or they found out somehow, that Niskita was behind them. And then so they tied her up, and then you guys were noticed, so they stopped to wait for you. And so Niskita spent the fight silenced, while you guys almost fucking killed them, which is, if you knew their CR, you would see how crazy that sounds. But y'all took it. Y'all did very well. Tier actually polymorphed to the most dangerous one there, probably the woman, because she was a caster and she had a lot that she could do. The guy was just a blunt weapon instrument, and that's exactly what he did. He got in the middle of everybody and he tried to take their attention, and he did decently well at it. But everybody kind of spread out, and y'all were taking out. Y'all took out 2 or 3 of the demons, and then that was when the woman was like, enough of this bullshit. I'm tired of your games. She was talking to the guy, and then she started taking everybody out, and then when everybody got knocked out, the man tried to take Mavari away, and he was like, kill the rest. I'm taking this one, and the woman said, no, and she told him that Laurel was marked by what she called a dark fae. She did not refer to it as a witch or a hag. She called it a dark fae, and that Laurel was marked by her. And so he was like, I don't give a shit. I'm taking Mavari and going. And then so she was kind of in a stern way saying, no, that's not happening. We're taking all of them to see somebody else, because she kind of presumed that you guys were the ones who killed a hag before. And so it kind of, there was a tense moment there where he might have attacked her, but he decided not to. He did threaten her a little bit, but in the end, you guys were taken. And you were taken to the basement of a house, and you woke up and you found yourselves in these metal thick barred cages. They're more like the prison bars or jail bars, where they were, inch and a half thick, of iron, and they went up and over you to where you were boxed in by these bars, and is a wooden planked house, which you're not used to, because all the houses that you've been around in this world, they're all stone, different types of stone, but stone either way. And you're in this wooden house, and you guys have crawled up out of the basement, came down the hall, and this house is old. It's decrepit. It's in very bad shape. There's a word I'm looking for and I can't find it, but cobwebs all over the place, torn up and moldy. This place is disheveled. That's the word I was looking for. But it gets a little weird also, because the first room y'all looked in, it was a fucking jungle. It was a very vibrant and colorful jungle, and y'all went in there, and you... Oh, man. Okay, so you saw a tiger. You saw a fucking unicorn. It got pretty real. But then when Karis had cast Dispel Magic, the room turned from that jungle to the room it was in, and then you could see that there was blades hanging down right after the tiger attacked. Maybe, presumably, the tiger representing the blades in whatever form that took. And then Mavari, she cheated. That's the word I'm using. She used a potion of detect thoughts, which she then just wandered down the hall, and at each and every room she could detect the thoughts. And I'm still not sure if it works like that because of what's going on here, but I don't give a shit. It worked, and it was awesome. It was a good idea. So she detected the thoughts of children that were in fear in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rooms. She detected what did she call them? Frat bros in one room.
Yeah.
And then there's so many rooms here in this big ass place. And then in 1, 2, 3, 4 rooms, nothing. So you guys started across from some double doors. And you opened the door because this is where you heard the voice of the guy or somebody actively saying, "I hate children." Like, he just straight up said it. And then some of the kids were like, "Where is he taking us?" and everything. So that's where you decided to start, which might be good, might be bad, because when you opened the door, you saw it was a barren wasteland. The sky is like a reddish glow to it, like rolling clouds of a fire. It's very hot. The dirt itself was heated, and there was a dozen children all tied together with like it looks like a rope that's tied from the wrist to this adjoining rope going between all of them. And the person walking them themselves is it's a woman, kind of. She has like pincher type legs. It's 3 points that come down to the ground, one in the front, 2 in the back. And then she has these very large, leathery torn wings that have spikes at the end of them. She has hair that just goes back in like a wild way, standing all kinds of different directions. It's like a grayish white. She has a flat nose, like a pig face of some kind. She has these red eyes, and one of her arms is cut off, and in its place is a giant scythe. And when I say giant, the blade on the scythe itself is about 4 feet long. Like, it's fucking huge. And so she's walking beside these children in this desert area. And that's when Seltra is looking at it, and he, a long time ago, had gotten a journal. Darren, do you remember where that journal was from?
Yeah, from that gnome dude. I've actually been looking over it.
Uh-oh. That's fine. Okay. So looking over it, what do you remember? What did you learn? What does Seltra know?
Given the journal, that this is, what is this place called? Dude, blah, 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 blah. I have it now.
Get this.
Well, Seltra is aware that this is Avernus. Or rather, the journal and the gnome came from Avernus. And that also a picture of that dude that beat the crap out of us is definitely in this journal. Which is something that he would have pointed out after he pulled it back out, but we don't have time for that. But yeah, he knows that this is Avernus, and that this is one of the places that has been fused into the underworld and this world, and that this is where the, I want to say, demons come from?
You're gonna dawn.
Devils.
Devils, there we go. Ah, there we go. Okay. So, okay, yeah, I was looking for the word in the journal. Just wanted to make sure.
There's a lot in
Yeah, a lot going on here. But yeah, so he's like he would have, or rather, he's looking through the book and like this place seems kind of familiar, based on this book.
You could actually, if you spend enough time, you could hold up the book and look around, and maybe you can kind of wonder: is that what that represents? Is that what he drew there? Because he was intelligent. He was a decent drawer. So some of the places might make sense. Yes, he was very good at copying and pasting, you could say. So Laurel's looking around, and I think that a few people know what's going on here. Seltra knows where you're at because of the journal. And anybody who read the journal, which is, I believe at this point, just Laurel, she would probably know, but also because maybe she's heard horror stories of this place as a paladin. Like, oh, this is where you go when you're bad. Laurel, in her teachings, do you think she would know what's going on here?
That's a very good. Yes, I do think so. Probably not like a very deep knowledge. But like a surface level knowledge. Yes.
Yeah. And the other person who I think would know what's going on is Mavari. Mavari has knowledge of places, but Mavari also has some background knowledge of places. Mavari would know the effects of a place like this on humans, in my opinion. So while you haven't gone in yet or chased down these children or, threw a spear into this lady's back, Mavari could probably warn them of a few dangers. I don't know. Becca, what do you think? Would Mavari know of the dangers on humans and maybe spells and effects in this place?
Possibly.
Yeah, places kind of adjacent to it that kind of share its environment. So normal people in these areas would not be able to get around too well. Obviously, in a place like this, food and drink, if you don't have it on you, you're screwed. finding it's very difficult. There's pretty much no such thing as resting, and then it's pretty exhausting to walk around here, especially if you are of the good type. So some of you might have issues, some of you might have to look inwards as you realize that you get around here just fine. But we can get to that later. There are also some spells that will act differently while you're here, but we'll get to that if it comes up, because that could be fun. But for now, where are we? We're in hell.
On the doorstep of hell.
Yes. So you guys look out, and you can see. So he's walking towards what looks like a forested area with red trees. Very far in the distance, though. Like, this is super in the distance. And then beyond those trees is a tower that also looks slightly red. But at the very top of it, there's like a ball, a black ball. It's very far away, but if y'all tried to actually look at it, you'd be able to tell what's going on with the ball, or maybe something about it, maybe something about the tower, maybe something about the trees. But for now, your focus is these children, the creepy person walking them, and then I think that's probably about it. So as you're standing at the precipice of this doorway, looking at these children and this woman, and remembering, or not, you don't have to, the effects of spells in this house, what would you like to do?
So we can see the people. We can see the guy guarding the kids, right?
Yes, it is one, I'm going to use the word woman.
Individual.
Yes, one individual walking these children, all 12 of them, and they're probably about 50 to 60 feet away from the doorway itself. And they're not fastly? They're not walking fast, so, I mean, it's not like catching them is like, oh my god, I don't know if we can do it. It would just be, you could easily catch up to them because children don't have long legs, and she doesn't seem like she's like, let's go. She's just walking and then kind of grumbling to herself, saying kind things in her head. I'm sure of it.
Seeing the children, Seltra will look back at everybody else, and then just kind of like uncoil the chain from his arm and kind of nod towards it. Like, are we going? Like, should I go?
Yeah, we're definitely go. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna DM. Is it? It's like a desert out here. There's no like, oh, we could sneak up on them or anything like that. It's just like a wide open area, isn't it?
Once they get to the trees, you could probably sneak up on them, but you're talking about 400 yards.
Yeah, we're not letting them get that far. We attack now.
As they have not noticed you and aren't really looking behind them towards the house, do you want to just run out screaming for the light? How do you want to do this?
First, Seltra's going to pull out a rope, tie it to the doorknob of the door that we unhinged, and just kind of like make sure that we can actually make sure that there is something we can follow to get back. I guess he'll tie it. He'll just kind of like hold on to it so that it just unravels. Which means I won't have a shield for a while, but that's fine. But my suggestion is that we kind of not stealth, because I know Laurel's not good at it.
Nope.
But let's do this. Let's do this without alerting the attention of everyone else. Maybe just this one guy.
Okay, because I was definitely gonna call him out, but I won't do that then.
Fiend, come here! Oh shit, he's running. Oh dear.
Like, wait, no.
No,
All right.
wrong way.
Then we will. I guess
like try and go a little bit ahead, unless the action of tying the rope to the knob would prevent me from doing so, because the chain has reach and I can try and pull it towards us. I mean, I probably will fail because it looks strong, but I'll give it a shot.
I mean, either way, we have to like get out there and like do stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Let's
So
go.
then let's just go. Since yeah, we're just gonna go. Just going. Just running.
All right. So if y'all would please roll initiative.
Roll that niche.
Laurel, what'd you get?
I got a 15.
Nice.
I don't know if
Uh,
anyone heard me, but I said I would take the rope.
Okay.
Okay, cool, awesome.
I did not hear you, but
Yeah, we did not
Yeah.
hear you.
Mabari initiative, what'd you get?
6
there we go.
Nice. What's your dex bonus?
plus 3.
She's holding the rope.
Hey, will you roll a d20?
Uh-oh.
Me?
Yeah.
Rollies.
12.
All right. Mosquito initiative.
10.
All right. Tier.
An almighty 3.
Oh no.
Oh, wow.
I'm sure you're going first. Is that natural one, I hope?
It is.
All right. Karis, what'd you get?
18.
Nice. Leading the pack so far. Oh, until we get to Seltra. Seltra, what'd you get?
I got a 15. Rasmi got a 20.
Oh, no. Alrighty. Nice. So there we go. Sort that shit out. Okay, so I will say, as Razmi is intelligent, if she steps out this door and fires first, because he doesn't know about you guys yet, it will be at advantage. But once people have ran up and alerted him that people are behind him, or her, that people are behind her, the advantage is gone. So I'm
Fair.
just putting that out there. But Razmi does go first.
Alrighty. So what Rasmi's gonna go ahead and do? How close are those kids to this individual?
Less than 4 feet. Like he is
All
right on
right.
them, like white on rice.
Rasmi is going to
What?
run up and cast haste
Yes.
On the children?
Laurel.
Yeah.
So you haste Laurel. You'll be able to run up the 60 feet. That'll help. Actually, you'll be able to get there and attack. So after that, Karis, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
So Cash is, you said 60 feet away?
Yeah.
Okay. Karis will do guiding bolt to start off with. As I remember more and more of my character sheet, that's always been right in front of me.
All right, so roll this attack with advantage. Because he has not been attacked yet. Are you still in the house or did you step outside of it?
I don't think I stepped inside. Last I remember, I was in a room with like 6 or 12 doors.
No, you, so you moved the door aside after Seltra dehinged it and...
Yeah, I remember I
everything?
picked up the door, and
Yeah.
then I was just, last I remember, I was just looking into whatever room there was.
Okay. So looking into this room, that's what it is, a barren wasteland. It's a different type of room. It goes on forever. So as you cast Guiding Bolt, go ahead and roll it with advantage, and then roll a d100.
Gosh.
Oh, that's right. I love wild magic tables.
Let's see if it loves you back. I'm looking at one that says you cast Fireball as a 3rd level spell centered on yourself.
Oh, no.
Oh yes.
Well, I have hammer if need be.
Most of these are actually pretty positive. Oh, well, maybe not that one.
Most of these are pretty fun. Oops.
I mean,
I want the flump at some point. If you're using the vanilla standard table. All right, with advantage,
oh
not to
shit.
20.
Hey.
Nice. It is
Yeah.
good. That's exactly what you want.
What's your roll with critical spells?
Double the damage dice.
Okay.
You can either roll them twice or just roll it and damage it. Just cut whatever you want to do.
8d6.
Jesus.
28
Ooh.
points of damage.
28 points of radiant damage, right?
Right, because it is guiding. Is
Nice.
Blighting
Great.
bolt.
Yes.
Woo.
Yep. All right, 28 points of radiant damage, and
Okay.
moving up. I'll move up 20 feet.
Alrighty. And you hear her scream out very loudly, which I will now imitate. Okay, so now that you've heard that, is there anything else you would like to do? Oh yeah, D100.
Oh yeah, thank you.
And this is not the table you're used to. This is a different
Unicorn.
table.
Unicorn.
Fluff. 3.
Aw.
Oh, see, now this is where I'm like, they need more bad stuff in here. So, Karis, for the next minute, you can see any invisible creature if you have line of sight to it.
I have true sight. Okay.
Oh no, that's
Oh.
different. You can see invisible creatures.
Oh, yeah.
True sight.
Do I
would
see
mean
any
something
invisible
here.
creatures?
You're busy. Don't ask me questions. We'll find out. Seltra, it is your turn. You hear this thing scream out. It is starting to turn around that large side, looking a little sharp. And it's right over all the children.
Seltra's gonna run up 30 feet. I'm not able to close the distance enough to be able to use my the chain, so he will go ahead and hold out his robot hand. The little hatch will open from underneath it, and I'm gonna shoot that magic dart I've had for this entire game but never hits.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what? This is it. I could feel it. Natural fucking 20. Let's go.
Well, 25.
That'll hit, yeah.
All
Oh my
right.
god. This thing's AC is actually pretty high.
1d4 plus 5. Let's go.
You can do it. 9 points of damage.
8.
Is it magical?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
With plus 1 dart.
Take this, bitch.
And I shoot it, and that's about. Actually, it's not the only thing I can do, because I forgot I can attack twice. I am
Yeah.
Can you whip
going to. I can't hit with twice with this dart though. But I will whip out the hand crossbow, and then shoot him with that, which is not magical, so that's gonna suck.
Wait, did you have a weapon in your hand?
No. The
Okay.
chain is around his wrist, and then I shot it from the palm of my hand.
Alrighty. So you whip out this crossbow and shoot.
For 10. It didn't matter anyway. I just drop it. Like, I'll pick that up in a second.
That's fair. Shoot, drop, run. This is fun.
Do I have a bonus action? Actually, you know what? I'm stupid. I could have tried and pulled it closer to me.
Coulda.
Oh well. I'll try it now so nobody has to move as far. Make me a strength saving throw as I telekinetically shove it towards me.
Oh my god. You better
It's
not
probably
fail
gonna
this.
save.
It is not proficient, but it's strong. She
Well-
looks fragile, but she's quite tough. That's a 25.
That just makes it.
Interesting.
That's it. That's everything.
I actually didn't know she was that strong. I don't know why I didn't look at her strength, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I mean, that's about it, but that's fine. Alright. I guess she's gotta be strong for that big ass scythe in her hand. Or on her arm. Whatever. Alright. So, as he shoots her and tries to pull her, Laurel, you can get all the way there. You can make a mess out of this bitch. Let's go.
Let's make messes. Woo! Let's do this thing. Yeah, I'm going to charge forward. And then I'm going to actually, because I get more actions. Oh god, there's so much going on in this place. Short rest though. Fuck it, let's do it. I am going
I
to.
think of my bolts from the last fight.
Huh? What'd you say, Kita?
Ignore me.
Okay, all right.
Done.
I'm going to let's see how it oh, it's the whole action. Never mind then. Sorry, I was gonna do something, but I don't wanna give that up just yet. Alright, swish with my sword.
You got it.
Ooh, 25. Okay, cool.
A 25 will hit.
Okay, so that's 10 on the first hit.
Uh-huh. You want to drop a smite into this bitch?
I kinda wanna fish for right now.
Alright.
That's 22.
That'll hit.
Wow, okay. That's a 9 on that one. I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting a little indignant.
You know, hey, a little's better than nothing.
I'll you know what? I'll add a smite onto that one just because I'm getting a little
Okay.
frustrated already.
Yeah, do it. Fuck that.
All right, cool. So
Fuck
then, is this person fiend? I assume that they are fiendish.
She is a fiendish.
Okay, I'll just do a level 1. So add an extra 11 onto that, please.
Oof. Okay.
And then
You
because
got
I'm
it.
hasted, I get one more. Oh, okay, that was an 11. Not with that one though.
A hit?
Yeah, the hit. That's not gonna hit.
Yeah. Unfortunately, an 11 doesn't hit now.
Okay, all right then. Then yeah, no. That. Do I have a bonus? Do I have anything different for my bonus action? I don't think I do just yet. Bonus actions. Okay, I don't need it right now. Yep, no, I'm good for right now.
Alrighty. So, is it her turn yet? No. Mosquito, you're inside this house, having a dandy time, looking at this lady taking these children away. She's crazy looking. She's fiendish looking. She's kind of hot.
Oh no. Oh no, that's not my character.
You're looking kind of.
She's looking kind of sus. That's what she's looking like. I'm gonna shoot her with my crossbow because that's all the bolts I have right now. Let's see. I do have a clean line of shot, just to clarify, yes?
Yes, and you have an ally within 5 feet of her.
Fantastic. I want to make sure I have that so I don't bonk anybody in the back of the head for a 26.
A 26 will hit, yes.
Fantastic. The 8 plus the 4, doing all the things galore. I always forget what my sneak attack is with this character. So many rogues to play with. Okay, so that's going to be a 12 piercing and then 8 sneak attack.
Alrighty. 20 points of damage total. You got it.
Beauty. That's all I can do. Because I'm at range right now.
That's fair. So Laurel, right there in her face, you can see she's hurt. She is very hurt.
Yeah.
She's gonna run.
Oh.
She starts crying out and running. And Laurel, here's what might not make you happy. She's still got those kids attached to her on a rope. So when she takes off running, she yanks them to the ground in this barren dirt and starts dragging them as she runs. You know what? Is she gonna disengage? Let's give this an even and an odd. Let's make Becca roll it. That's fun. Becca, could you roll a d20? I'm gonna say even. She disengages and runs. Odd. She's like, fuck this shit. I'm out. That's an 18. All right, so she's going to disengage. So as she disengages and she holds onto the rope, Laurel, you watch in horror as these kids are slammed to the ground and then dragged through this barren wasteland. You can see it, and you know how this works. You were a kid once. You played. You horseplayed. It's going to start with bruises, and then it's going to start to hurt and do other things that are going to tear. And you know this. In a moment, you know that this is about to go really bad very quickly. And that's her turn. She runs. Hold.
Can I?
Bitch has long legs. Huh?
No, I guess I can't use it. I was gonna ask. I said, can I use? Because she did disengage, so it doesn't provoke an attack of opportunity. I was gonna ask if I could just cut the rope as opposed to attacking her.
Oh, I like that. Take a shot.
But because she disengaged, I don't know if that counts though.
Well, you have Sentinel, right? Which ignores disengage or whatever.
Oh, does it?
All right, so it is a rope, which means it's small, and you're trying not to hit these children's wrist, which is a pretty short distance. So I will ask you to make this attack, but with disadvantage. It is a rope, but there's still a little bit of a risk/reward here. So go ahead and try to cut the rope.
All right, you said with disadvantage,
if you roll a natural
right?
1, you're hitting a kid. I'm telling you that right now.
Okay, with disadvantage though, right? So
Yes.
I won't say it. 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 That's a 10.
Okay, so with the 10, you do hit the rope.
Yay!
Now I need you to roll damage, because as you hit it, you realize it's not normal rope.
Oh, okay.
It does have a heart. It has a hardness that you can get past, especially
Okay.
with the damage that you put out.
Okay. That's good. That's good.
Step 1, don't hit kids.
So
Success. Step 2, cut the fucking rope.
I didn't cut a child's hands off, so I think regardless, I think it'll be fine. Really? Okay, fine. 10.
And you cut
Can
the
I
rope.
add a smite onto it? Oh, it does cut the rope?
I mean, that would have been crazy. Yeah. No, that was it. So you cut the rope. It wasn't, it was facing children, so there was like, I don't give a fuck, we're good.
Okay,
It was like
alrighty,
a
good.
basic type shit.
I didn't cut a toddler's hands off. That's all that
Yeah.
counts.
So this thing, it frustratingly like throws down the rope after you cut it, runs about 40 feet while screaming in this really weird high pitched like gargly cry. And the children are on the ground, kind of picking themselves up. She started to drag them, but you were able to stop that.
Alrighty, like sort of like growl after her, but I don't run, and I immediately, like turn to the children. About how old are they?
They look like they range from about 4 to about 12.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, everybody else, like, I kind of look at them and I'm like, all right, hello, children. My name is Laurel, and we are here to get you out of
Mavari,
here.
what do you want to do?
Yep, indeed.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
How far away am I from the lady who's disengaging?
She's about 100 feet away at this point.
Okay.
Let me guess. Guiding bolt?
I'm pretty quick, so I can move a little closer to her, and yeah, I'm gonna guiding bolt her in the back of the head.
What's the range on guiding bolt? Is it like 120 feet?
120 feet.
Yeah. So you could do it from inside the house if you want.
No, I'll come inside. I have the rope, so we're not going too far.
What level are you casting it at? 5th level guiding bolt?
We'll do it at a 2nd level.
So just a little above average, just like getting enough meh effort.
Yeah, let's do
Yeah.
that. Make sure I do this right. 18.
18 unfortunately doesn't hit. Like you see it slam against like the outside of her wing and kind of singe it a little, but does no damage to her.
Okay, that's the end of my turn.
Oh, I forgot to look if guiding bolt has an alternative effect here.
Wait, who has struck at her?
Seltra, Laurel, and Karist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know Karist used guiding bolt and he hit her.
Yeah.
But I don't think anybody rolled with advantage.
He did.
Yeah, Karis did roll. I got a natural 1
fuck.
and a natural 20.
Guiding
I
bolt
know what
gives
she's
you
talking
advantage.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody ever did. Oh, damn. That sucks, because he's been attacked like 4 times since then.
Okay, well, we'll know that for next time.
Alright. Mavari, is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
No, I have nothing else.
Alright. Here, what would you like to do?
Does the door open in or does it open out?
The door is off its hinges.
Oh, that's
But I mean, it opens inward, I'm sorry. If it was there.
if it was there. Okay. I guess I'll try, since the range is kind of an issue for me and I'm not fucking walking into hell, I will attempt to do a chill touch.
Is that a cantrip?
Yep.
Shame.
But it's also 120 range. It's almost the only thing I have at that range.
Alrighty. So you touch her chili like.
18 attack.
Unfortunately, an 18 doesn't get through.
Well,
She's hardy.
apparently. I am done. I was going to reinforce the door, make sure we didn't stuck in hell, but taking the whole damn door off of it kind of neutralizes that issue.
Yep. All right. So, at the top of the round, it's interesting you would say that, James. So, you guys that are still in the house, you see, and I actually forgot to have Razmi roll on the table last time, so I'll try to remember that. But you see kind of the hallway get dark and kind of circle around you guys. as it feels like some kind of force is pushing you out the door. And I would like for Razmi, Karist, Niskita, did you stay in there? You did, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
All right. So Razmi, Karist, Niskita, and Tyr, please roll strength saving throws.
Oh, poopy. Let's
Don't
see.
worry, you got this.
Suck it.
What you
Of
got,
course.
Razmi?
Of course.
Now, can I
Oh.
can I ask why you told me to suck it, or are you just trying to proposition me? Because if you give me a few
Oh.
drinks,
No,
let's face.
Todd. No.
No. Oh,
Todd.
oh, that's my
Becca,
other
where's the red card?
podcast. Oh dear. This isn't my OnlyFans. All right, what'd
Thank
y'all
you,
get?
Becca.
Razmi got a 7.
Razmi got a 7. Razmi feels herself kind of being pushed out the door, but she's right on the other side of it. I mean, actually, she is not bothered by this one fucking bit. Like she's chilling. She's actually would suffer no negatives of where she is. Is she immune to heat or resistant?
Resistant to fire.
Okay, so yeah, she's just like, I don't know, like it's a little humid. So she's basically in Texas. Yeah, that's fun. So how did Karist do?
You guys got a 9.
A 9. So he is pushed out the door, but right on the other side of it, like the cusp of this doorway, it's a little hot. You're looking around, it's open air. There's nothing threatening you besides this one crazy lady and like the children on the ground. Well, the children may not be threatening you. That depends. You don't know them. But I mean, you can still see inside the house. You know it's getting a little darker in there, but that's about it. So far, nothing. Niskita.
I got a dirty 20.
A dirty 20. So you feel this force kind of pushing you out the door, and you can hear this like laughing kind of around you. But Niskita, you're in a strange position because you can hear the laugh slightly get softened, and you hear this Niskita, and it's just kind of rolling around in the back of your head. Tyr, what did you get?
I have a 13.
A 13. So you feel yourself being pushed out this door. How does Tyr feel about heat? Has he ever been in a desert?
I'm attempting to use my staff to prop on either side of the door and just hang the fuck onto it.
All right, so I'm gonna use that as maybe advantage the next time. So you have the staff on one side of the doorway and you're hanging onto it, but you're just barely outside the door at the moment.
Trying to hold the door as long as I can.
Yeah, no, that'll benefit you in the near future. Razmi, you're on the outside of this door. You're just kind of like, all right, what do you want to do?
Oh yeah, it's back to her turn. She's holding concentration on that spell. So what she will do?
Do you want to roll a d100 for fun, just to see?
Oh,
If it's negative, we won't do it. If it's game changing, we won't do it. Just for funsies.
49.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, just because it's funny, as she gets pushed out this door, her dagger kind of floats up beside her and kind of looks back and forth between the demon and the doorway and kind of like turns to angle itself to look back at Razmi.
Notes for later. And she's gonna go ahead and cast Magic Missile at
Okay.
second level. At you know what, I'll say she got 3 of these. 4th level. At
Okay.
at old girl.
She's decently hurt. This is gonna be good.
Let's see how many magic missiles is that? I know it's 3 plus 3 for every level above 1. See, magic missile. So it's 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 3, 6 plus 6. All right. 64 plus 6. Plus 6.
64 plus 6. Jesus.
21.
Oh my god. Okay, so she is very fucking hurt now. Like, you can see this black blood almost pouring the fuck out of her. Now that these missiles all hit into her, she's just fucking wrenching in pain as she's trying to run away and scream this high pitch.
No screaming. Raspberry shout. No screaming.
Oh my god. Karis.
Also, hello, little dagger.
It nods. Karis, what would you like to do?
So I remember there was some. Did Laurel's Sentinel work?
Well,
I used it on
yeah.
the I'm sorry. I used it on the rope. I didn't use it on her. But technically, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not any farther away from her because I was 40 feet last.
No, she did get away. She did run 40 feet. So she was 60, then she ran 40, so she was 100, and you ran how far up?
I just ran 20 feet up, not the full movement.
Oh, okay.
So she's now 80 feet away?
Yeah, she's 80 feet away.
Okay. Good to know.
Had Laurel tried to kill her instead of freeing the children, she would be closer, but Laurel is selfish and wanted to save the children.
Okay. What did you...
Those kids.
Okay.
Thank you for recognizing that I was kidding.
Yeah, of course.
What's the roof on this thing like?
Open sky. By sky, I mean fire. Rolling red clouds of heat.
I see the cloud. I hear the roaring fire. So can I cast Call Lightning?
Ooh.
Oh wait,
Yes.
actually, oh yeah, because I can't Wild Shape. Okay, I will cast Call Lightning.
Okay. Okay. So you call lightning, and as this lightning comes down, I will say, so instead of like a normal looking blue, or what is lightning look like? It's white, right? Yeah. So instead of like a white lightning, it's like an orange lightning bolt with like fire in the middle of it as it comes down.
Okay. Need her to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Is she good at this? Oh. Lady, what the hell? Alright. That is a 13. Uh-oh.
Okay. Wow. Okay, so that is the full 3d10 damage. Yeah, 3d10.
And she is not resistant. She is not immune. This is about to hurt.
14 damage.
You got
14
it.
lightning damage.
She's...
And
Uh-oh.
so the lightning, the storm cloud that appears has a 60-foot radius. I am going to put her on the close side of that. So the further she tries to run away, the closer she gets into the storm. But if she goes towards us, she might actually be out of it.
I have a strong feeling she won't have to worry about that. We still got Seltra, Laurel, and Mosquito before her.
That's true.
But luckily, Seltra is a slow runner. Aha!
And then gonna use the full 30 feet of movement to get closer. So now I'm 50 feet away.
Okie dokie. 50 feet. Oh. Seltra. She is essentially 70 feet away. Yeah.
Oh boy, yeah, no, she's really far away from me. I wouldn't even be able to close that gap. So what Seltra's gonna do is he's going to pick up a rock, run. How far can this thing go? Okay, so I got run a little like past a little in front of where Laurel is, so that I'm in front of the kids.
Mhm.
He's gonna take the rock. He's going to flip his robot hand backwards. It's going to open up into the railgun, and I'm gonna cast catapult at the lady, and then tell the kids like, "Hey, you guys might want to like go through the door." that way, towards the purple lady.
They start shaking their head rapidly.
That we don't have. You want to stay here? And then she needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh. So she's not really good at these. Let's go back to strength. Oh dear. Oh, 17.
Damn. It's higher than mine. It's my strength is a 15.
Aw.
Yeah, we haven't talked about DCs in a while, so that's fun.
That'd been funny if you killed it with a rock, though.
It
That
would have been, but
Would not. That's
this
fine.
is not a half thing. It's just you save or you take it's a sucker save.
All right.
So it just misses. Like, man, I really gotta stop. I never hit with this,
All right. Laurel.
but I also do pick up my dart.
Oh, there it is. All right. Laurel, she is what, 60 feet away from you?
Mhm.
No, I'm sorry. She ran 40, so she is 40. I don't know why I said that. She's 40 feet away. You have haste. She would probably die in one hit. What do you want to do? Well, from you.
Actually, my concern isn't her. She's off and left. We're here for the kids. So I'm going to start trying to coax the kids back towards the door.
Alrighty. Yeah. So when I said shaking their heads earlier, I meant nodding, but
Okay, all right. I was about
Yeah.
to go. They're just
They
shaking
are-
their heads. They don't want to leave hell. Okay, that's.
well, I would
Weird.
assume they're shaking all over, but it's fine.
I mean, true, very
They
true.
are trembling with nodding. But no, they are rapidly nodding their heads like, and they're starting to
Okay.
like tumble over each other. So they are different sizes. So some of them are up and going. The other ones are like, hey up, and getting dragged.
Yeah, no. I'm trying to like keep them organized so they aren't like dragging the little ones. I'll tell them like I'm going to untie you as soon as we, get out and find a calm place. But you all have to kind of stay calm for right now. You're safe.
Yeah, okay, so I would probably say with little children, especially like the ones closer to around like 5 years old, you probably have a couple of them that just kind of like latch onto you because you are the knight in shining armor that people tell stories about. You are a knight, and you're in. I'm not going to use the word shining, but you're in armor.
Yeah, I
You
wouldn't call
have
it
holy
shining either.
symbols. You're an elf, which isn't usually pictured good in a human society, but today, sure, why not? So they're clinging onto you because most of them, not to damper the mood, but they haven't seen their mothers in quite some time and might not ever see them again. So right now, I would say probably the ones that are closer to around 4 to 5 years old, the very young ones, are just latching onto you because you are a protective barrier between them and their fear at the moment.
And that's what I want to be. So, like, kind of do that weird, like, weeble wobble walk. So, like, I
Yes, every adult has done that. It's super fun.
as I, like, try to, like, guide them
Yeah.
back towards the door, probably dodging the judging eyes for the rest of my party. But we're not here for that. We're here for the children. So I'm just sort of, like, making my way back.
Yeah. My bar is like, do you want me to shoot them off of you?
Exactly what child ankle weight. As far as like the kids.
All right. Niskita, you are getting some eerie feelings right now. It's getting creepy in there. You're the last one in there. You're hearing two different voices. One a creepy old woman, one of them a little familiar. The darkness is closing in on you, which is strange because you have dark vision.
Oh.
Yes, you can only see about probably 30 feet down this hallway, and it looks like it's shrinking. What do you want to do? This woman is running away, and Laurel is a pincushion of children.
Well, when you put it that way, I'm gonna shoot at the children. No.
Advantage.
Can I try to move and get out of this darkness? Like, if I start moving, I guess I'm gonna
Down the
move
hallway?
backward. No, I'm gonna move backwards.
Backward,
Away.
like more into the hallway?
More into the hallway.
Okay. So you, if you do that, it's a 15 foot long. It's a 15-foot wide hallway, so you can back up against those double doors, but the darkness is still coming.
Okay. Shoot. I don't want to shoot. That's the problem. I don't have anything else I can really do, except for try to chill touch the lady you're trying to run from us, because she's still within 120 feet of me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna chill touch her then, because that's
All
the
right.
only thing I can do that might actually do something.
Give it a little bit.
21.
Oops, that's not a laughing face. Whoops. 21 will hit, I
Hey,
think.
cool. Potentially, yes, maybe
Well,
so.
Yes. I'm sorry, I was looking at the panda. It's fucking adorable. 21 will hit, yes.
10 necrotic damage.
Is she dead? I think that's oh no. I'm gonna tell you, she's got 5 hit points. She's really hurting. Wait, do you have another hit? I shouldn't have told you that.
No, I don't actually. So
Okay, we're good.
You're Gouda.
All right. Balls. Tyr, you got pushed out this door. You're a little uncomfortable, but it's fine.
Is the door ceiling or?
It doesn't look like it. It looks like it's just getting dark in there, and then that's it.
So it doesn't look like it's sealing us off in this dimension.
No.
Best I got right now, because I really don't give a shit if the demon dies. How long before the children get up here again? Get up to here to get out?
I had to put a number on it. I don't know, 12 seconds.
2 rounds?
Yeah, you could say it that way. There's a large group of them tied together, and they are currently being herded by a armored woman. What would you
Rolling
like to do?
Arcana to know what the hell is going on with this.
Oh.
I have a 23.
All right, so you know how dark vision works. You know how sight works.
And this doesn't affect either.
So it does. So you know it's not natural. This is magic. So there's a lot of different spells, but it's not acting quite like darkness. Darkness is usually centered on a point that goes out. This is acting more like not quite like an illusion, but maybe an illusionary terrain. Like it could be counterspelled if you could see the point of origin, and it probably could be dispelled. Probably, if you knew the source of it. But you know there's somebody nearby, and this is a spell. This is not natural, and you know that it could probably be dealt with.
If you could isolate the source.
Yeah. The pushing, that seemed like something different, but you're not quite sure what that was. It wasn't a spell, but it was something supernatural.
So it wasn't a result of the gate being closed. So a spell that should have given a saving throw but didn't?
Yes. It isn't a spell, essentially, but it is a supernatural ability of something.
I'm attempting to isolate the source of it. I'll take my turn doing that, because I'm not really much help doing anything else right now.
All right, so Mavari, what would you like to do?
Who, me?
No, the other one.
She's running off, right?
She is running off, yes.
Okay. She's really far. And Mavari doesn't care. She's gonna try to help Laurel get the children out, because as much as she doesn't care about the children, this is the only way to keep Laurel motivated.
All right. So that brings us to the top of the next turn.
And that's why you're in HR.
True.
Because she helps. All right. Niskita, please roll a strength saving throw.
Okay, and just real quick, does my double sight do anything with this darkness that is consuming me?
No.
Okay, I just want to make sure that was A-okay.
You will see things differently, but not
okay.
Yet.
19.
A 19. Okay. So you feel this push against you, and you're like right against the doorway, but you manage to stay in, and you keep hearing this laughing, but now it's kind of a little more maniacal than it was before, and you still hear in the back of your head this Nosquita. And you start to see in the distance a little bit to the right of you, probably about 40 feet away. There is a woman standing there, and one of her hands is kind of like this green scale from about the forearm to the very tips. You can see she has claws, and the other hand is kind of held out with the palm up. She has black hair. She's young, probably about 20 to 22 years old. She's very beautiful. And she looks like she's not really wearing much. It's kind of a black dress, like a black gown that goes from her shoulders all the way to the floor. But it is, I'm going to use the word cut so that it shows a lot of skin. And she's kind of just standing there with her hand up as this darkness kind of envelops you, and you hear this noise. And yeah, that's about happening. And as
real quick, is this the same woman that I saw in my vision a while back?
No.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify. Thank you.
No, you good. So, Razmi, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
She's inside the door. When I think inside the door, I think inside of this, inside of hell. Still holding concentration on not fireball, no, haste.
Yeah.
She's going chittens? To. I mean, they distance themselves, so they're not in danger of that. I guess she'll just go ahead and cast Firebolt at old girl.
Alrighty.
See what becomes of that. That's a dirty 20.
That's a miss. It kind of hits her skin, but just like reflects off her hardened carapace skin.
Interesting. Interesting indeed. I think that's I think that's about all I can do. She only got one shot. She is gonna is the dagger still floating? Does it have like little googly eyes on it?
Well, it doesn't have eyes, but it for some reason you feel like it's looking at you. Yes.
She's gonna reach out and touch the hilt of the dagger.
Get a shiver of magicness.
Shiver of magicness. Alright, that's the end of her turn.
I'm sure that's a word. Surely. So, at the end of your turn, Karis, it is your turn. She is still under the thunder. Do you want to go the thunder? Go the thunder?
But I like to imagine when I could see invisibility for how long?
1 minute.
Did you ever have those moments where the corners of your vision just clear up for a second? I don't know how to describe it. It feels like you can see a little more, but there's not much more to see. I don't know if that makes sense at all. Well, that's what Karis can see. That's what Karis sees, and that's how he knows something's up with his vision, I assume.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'd like to give a quick, hard look everywhere else to see if there's something going on.
Make a perception check.
Okay.
Because if you're going to give a hard look, I'm going to give you a hard answer. I realize what that sounds like.
Yeah?
25.
Oh, shit. Okay. Let's talk about a few things. Now, this is going to be a little weird, so I'm going to start with northeast, southwest. So right now, you're technically heading east. Kind of like east. Slightly south, but it's minimal. So it's mostly east towards these trees. And then the kind of dark orange tower behind them, dark orange red tower behind the trees that it seems like this girl was heading to. So that ball at the top of that's not a ball. It's a mass of flying demons. And you're 25, you're kind of looking around, you're like, yeah, let me get a look at... Oh, man, that sucks. We ain't going that way. So you look south, and you can see that these trees, this line of trees kind of wraps around, and then to the very south, you can see these floating creatures. Maybe they're demonic, hard to say, but they are like masses of blackness, with the tendrils hanging down, very huge, very far away. So you're good. They're easily over a mile away. To the west of you, there's like a large black lake. It looks really thick. You've never seen a lake like that before. It's also past the doorway that you're looking at a little bit. And then to the north, there's like this lake of redness, kind of like a dark red. And then in the middle of it, there is there's an island. And on this island, it looks like there is some kind of like iron tower that rises atop this island, on that lake of whatever that is. And it doesn't look like there's any windows that kind of come out from the tower's wall or anything, or any visible doors, except for on a high balcony. And then you can see that red lightning is crackling constantly between two horns at the very top of the tower on its roof. Yeah, and then back in the doorway, you can see the double doors behind Niskita, who looks like she is looking to her right at something. Do you have any specific questions?
Is any of that like invisible at all? Like, can I now see it because of the invisibility?
No, you just saw it because you fucking rolled a 25.
That's fair. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, that's a lot to take in, so.
Okay, so there's demons to the south. There's a lake there's a blood lake with a tower in the middle of it.
To the north.
To the north. Okay, those are the things of note. The lady's still alive, right?
Yes. She is
Okay.
hanging on with that strong 5 hit points.
I'm not even gonna have her roll.
How very kind of you.
Because I just struck her again for 21 points. If she fails, it's still 10 points of lightning damage.
Well, alright. So, as this red lightning, fire lightning, kind of comes down at her and it hits her, she just cries out, and you see this ball starting to unravel, per se, as she cries out and falls to the ground. And you can see this black ichor blood kind of oozing out of her onto the ground here. And you can see that this, and much to Tyr's dismay, there seems to be some kind of barrier being boarded up between the doorway of this hallway and the barren wasteland that you're in. And it looks a little bit like a door is closing. It's not the door that was taken off of its hinges, but it looks like it's closing between you guys and Niskita. You can see her looking away. It looks like she doesn't even notice that the door is closing. And Niskita, you kind of turn and you start to see it as it's about to close, but the door kind of shines like a bright yellow at the very bottom and like a bright blue at the very top. And Mavari and Laurel, you both kind of feel this warmth about you as the blue and the yellow kind of meet, starting at the top of the door and the bottom of the door, and it lights up this door in like this blue and yellow light that kind of tries to hold it. And Laurel, you actually hear, as this happens, all these sounds around you, all these children screaming, all this stuff happening. You can hear in your head, you hear this, Laurel, it's been some time. Find yourself and me at the forest of Maklosos. As you guys hear that, and you see this door starting to close, you can see this, and Mavari, or Niskita, you look at the door, you see that, you look back to where the woman was, and she's gone. And you look back towards the door, and you see her, like, closing it, and you can see her doors, or her hands on the door trying to force it close, and you see this shadowy figure kind of envelop her. And you can see that the shadows kind of swarm around her as darkness kind of takes her over in the middle of this lighted area or lit area around this doorway. and this figure is just made of darkness. You can see nothing about it. It has kind of long hair. You can kind of tell that because of the shape of its head, but it goes back and it seems kind of broad and like a stronger humanoid type shape that's just made of blackness and shadows. And it looks at you with these yellow beady lit eyes, and then it looks like it winks. As you can see a shadowy dark hand go over her mouth and pull her into the darkness. And you kind of hear her laughter stop a little bit as the darkness stops swallowing, and this door that had appeared disappears. And it is just an opening again, with the door that was taken off of its hinges leaning against the wall. And you guys drag these kids back into the hallway. What would you like to do? The darkness is still there, but it stops, or it's lit from about 20 feet from this door outward down the hallway in kind of a semicircle or semicircle. But there's darkness beyond that.
Okay. All right. What are the children? What are their, I guess, like what are their conditions? How many in total are they? I think I forgot to write down that number.
There are 12 children exactly.
Oh dear.
They can walk. They look a little hungry, but they do not look starving.
Okay.
They look mostly just quiet and afraid. And they're just clinging onto you, maybe looking at Karis in fear, actually at everybody in fear.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're just quiet and afraid, but they are happy to not be with the creepy demon.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. Okay then. Right, we're here. I kind of like looking around awkwardly because it's like, yay, we saved them, but like, where are we gonna put all these kids? I look to the party and I'm just kind of like, okay, we have them. Where are we going to? They need a safe place to stay. There are more children. Do we just? I don't feel comfortable just taking them along.
Well, we don't really have any other options here. What else are we supposed to do?
We can't take children with us, though.
Do you believe the jail cell will be safe?
No, actually. Crazy how no, I don't think leaving them alone in a jail cell unprotected is going to be safer.
Because the options are to leave them alone in a secure jail cell or to bring them with us in this room of doors, and we just saw what was on that other side.
Was there anything else past where the jail cell was? Or was this the only path to go?
What do you mean? It's a hallway. And you're kind of in the middle of it. What, you mean in the basement?
So, like, when we came out of the basement, there
Mhm.
was no other way to go, right? It was just this way.
Yeah, you came down the hall, and then, yeah, you're just passing doors, but you've only opened one.
Okay.
So it's hard to say.
I firmly believe that they'll be best in the basement because they're kept there safely. I don't like the way she said that.
My only concern is what if something comes back to the basement and they know that the kids aren't supposed to be down there, or worse, they're just getting
This
the
is
kids
the only way there, correct?
What if they go back to the basement and just bring them back here after we leave?
I mean that is very true. That's the only way, but we're going to be in other doors unless one of us stays behind to watch them.
I mean, we didn't go all the way into this door. Maybe this door isn't like that.
I hope not.
If we're lucky, it didn't seem like... From when I walked around, it didn't seem like there was a lot of distance in the spell, right? The rooms didn't feel very far away from the door. When I did the detect thoughts thing.
The rooms didn't feel very far away from the door. So you only detected...
No, I meant like they didn't feel far away from the door, like the thoughts didn't.
No, it's like 40 feet or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But you only detected thoughts in 6 rooms, so it could be the reason. Like maybe they were out of the range, or just maybe there's nobody there.
Right.
Right.
Real quick.
I do believe I have insight onto your detect thought. I don't even know if Karis knows what it's called.
I do have to ask. Are y'all putting the door back on this doorway?
Oh,
yeah, put the door back on.
yeah, I forgot we
I
Yes.
did not intend on doing it.
Karis,
I
hey
so-
buddy, you wanna
Yeah,
Put the
Karis, you
door
intend
to
on not
hell.
doing it. You look through the doorway and you see that ball that had unraveled, and there are flying creatures now heading towards this doorway. It's not a terrible idea to put the door back on.
just slide it back in place? I'm
No,
sure.
I'm probably gonna screw this door back on.
Okay, fantastic.
I just
Yeah,
wanted to-
the walking furniture store will have lost half of its stock.
Don't worry, you'll get
I mean,
yourself
we
a
could
lovely
do
oak
this
table.
fight. I just don't want to.
I mean, I don't want to either.
No,
It's a
no,
lot of
we
initiatives.
have other things to do. Just slide it back in place. We'll get you a lovely oak table to replace
He's
the
not mad
door
about
with.
it. I am.
There is a lovely oak table in room number 9, just for the record.
Mm-hmm.
Made out of rich mahogany.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Ooh, yes.
Gonna destroy Karis back.
Delightfully
Just put
furnished.
the door back into place, and I'll slam these fucking pits and pinion to seal it as sealed as we possibly can.
Yeah, question, DM. How long do I have to carry X amount of furniture to increase my strength score by 1?
Well, that's more about the food you're intaking and how long you're carrying it. What is Karis eating right now? Like, how's his diet looking?
What?
Yeah.
What's available?
Berries.
Everybody. Well, actually, at the moment, there's some children.
No,
Oh.
they don't
All
count.
I think
Karis,
we
I will message
eat
you about
pretty
options.
well. Because of the ramen stuff.
Seltra's gonna screw the door back on.
All right. So the door
As
is
far as
shut.
nutrients are concerned, I'm not doing the best. Yeah, Karis will just slam the door into place.
All right. So you slam it, hold it. Seltra puts the hinges back in, the bolts, and Tyr puts pittons in there and reinforces its closure. And you actually hear no noises on the other side, like nobody trying to break in or anything.
Well, they were a little ways away.
They were.
But we could hear them before we put the door together, right?
I think we need to see them.
Yeah.
I would imagine that the sound of beating wings by thousands of creatures would make a noise that is kind of like more of a vibration than it is a noise. So I would say you could probably feel it more than hear it, like when somebody has their bass up too loud.
And once the door's closed, that's completely gone.
Sweet.
I imagine it's sort of like a portal to another world kind of
That's
thing.
what I'm thinking.
But yeah.
Actually, when we walked back through the door, was the door standalone like Monsters Inc. style, or was there a wall?
There was a wall.
No, it's a wall. We're in a hallway.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, no, when we were on the inside of that.
Oh.
Dimension.
No, the door was standalone.
Okay, so this is Monsters Inc.
Yes. I'm gonna Google that.
What's it called? Mavari, where were the other rooms with the children, so that we can try and expedite this process?
Y'all could just go ahead and fight up ahead. They can stay in the
I'm
back with me.
I marked all the doors with my blood, so we'll know which doors have kids.
Okay. And that was going to be a suggestion that I had, was whoever fights in the back can kind of keep the kid with them.
That's always me, guaranteed.
Excellent. Are you good with children, Tyr?
I've never had any of my own, but they usually get along just fine, and I look mostly human.
Okay, all right. I mean, it has nothing to do with you having children. It's just like, can you not frighten them?
Unlike some of our people, I won't threaten to eat them.
Very well. That's good enough for me.
Hey, if
What
they're good
text are
eating-
you referring to?
Yeah, children are good eating. You leave him alone.
I'm going to pass. I'm gonna pass the kids back to Tyr and go back to leading the way. I guess, which is the closest door that has Mavari's blood on it. And
So good.
no, I was just gonna put my ear up against that door to see what I could hear.
So back to a issue that we currently face. Well, y'all currently face it. I have light. So 20 feet away from you, you cannot see anything in the darkness. But Mavari is intelligent? Question mark. What's her intelligence? Is it pretty average at least?
Pretty damn high, I think.
It's a 15.
Yeah.
Good enough.
That's decent.
Yeah, that's above average. So she knows that to the left and to the right down this hallway, there's a doorway actually equal distance, 25 feet away. So just beyond the darkness, there is a doorway towards the end of the hall, away from where you started. There's those 3 doors at the end of it, where there's 2 doors about 10 feet away from each other. One at the end of the hall, one on the left side going down the hall. Both of those had children in it, and then the one back towards the beginning, 5 feet beyond this darkness, to the right side of the hall, there was. Oh no, wait, that was the frat boys. I'm sorry. In the back corner, there was one. So I guess the closest one are the 2 at the end of the hall that are 25 and then 35 feet away, and then in the back corner, quite further away, there's Mavari knows that despite the darkness, there's 2 doors at the end of this hall that had children behind it. And then back, there was another one. But those are the closest ones. But there is the matter of the darkness. So what do you want to do?
I will cast Dancing Lights and see if that, and send one of the lights out into the darkness and see if that does anything.
Okay. So you, like, towards the end of the hall or back towards where you came from?
Towards, you said there's one door equidistant on either side. That
I was
marked.
wrong.
Okay.
That was the frat boys. I apologize.
Okay. So the one that Mavari marked you marked all the ones that you heard voices behind, didn't you?
Yes.
And you didn't tell us which ones were children and which ones were frat boys?
I don't remember, but if you were to open the door with the frat boys, Mavari would say no.
Oh no, I'm just lighting up that direction. So trying to see if I can light up that direction. So I guess I'll send it to the one in front of us, like
All right.
further down the hall, not where we came from.
Cool.
Yeah, you kind of hear behind you, shots. All right, so you send it ahead of you, and it's kind of like a weird. You could see them go out into the darkness, and it's like they're 4 little beads on their own in this darkness. They're not lighting it up or anything, but then as they get towards the end of the hall, they kind of do like this flash of light, and you see a horse, and you see this young man standing there, and it looks like he's brushing the horse, and he's smiling, and he's like telling the horse, he's talking to him, and he's like, I'm gonna be a hero. I'm gonna have a horse as bright as you to light up the night. And he kind of turns, and he's like, oh, hey. And you can see he's got these huge gash marks across his face, and his chest is kind of like clawed into by some kind of large creature. And then the dancing lights fade, and you hear no more neighing from the horse and no more boy talking.
It's weird. I like it.
Kind of creepy.
Laurel, you know him.
Did you guys see that?
Did we?
Yes.
Yes.
I really wish I had not.
I need to
Oh,
sit down.
Laurel, are you?
Karis has a chair.
I do have a chair.
Yeah, I need
Careful.
the chair.
Put the chair under.
I'm just sort of trying to like aimlessly reaching for it. Like my heart is like going and I'm shaking. I need to sit down.
Yeah, Karis is not going to be gentle about it because who knows how much time you have.
I don't know. I thought, where are we?
I want to say a house.
No,
But
we can't
it's
be
a
in.
house.
We can't be in a house.
The spooky house. I don't like it. Is the point that I'm trying to make.
I mean, I don't like it either. That was Jonathan.
You know who that is?
What kind of a name is that?
Jonathan. No, that Jonathan. He was a stable boy at my stables. And I
Did the horse do that? I don't know if I want horses.
No, Seltra, the horse didn't do that, Seltra. I did that.
And as we close in on Laurel, just kind of sitting there, surrounded by all of you, her friends, her party members, her companions, she thinks about the things that have happened and the things that the beast inside of her has done. And we're going to get more into that next week.